real cases before a real judge.
Plaintiff Samantha Danley says the defendant took drugs while at their job and ended up getting sick. As a result, the defendant was fired. But she blames Samantha for the firing, and in retaliation, she had Samantha arrested, so she's suing. Defendant Catherine Figueroa admits that she took a pill while at work and got sick, but insists it was only because she had the flu. Catherine says she had Samantha arrested because Samantha threatened her, and she's countersuing for defamation.
Start with you.
Your Honor, we're here today because of the defendant's misguided anger as well as lack of responsibility. Katie was fired from where we were working due to her drug use, and she blamed me. Well, in retaliation, she had me arrested, causing me to stay the night in jail, all based off of lies, as well as starting a whole Facebook feud. I met Katie in 2001. We were friends a long time ago, like 6 years ago. We were pretty much just like playmates. We were in like 7th grade. After that, I really didn't associate with her too much. Then
when you say playmates in 7th grade?
Well, like, you know.
That's the swings?
The campgrounds. So after that, we started working together again back in March. And at that time, we were cool at work. We went on lunch breaks together. We talked after work.
You still playmates?
No, not anymore. And Katie had came into work one day and took a Suboxone strip from someone. Well, it made her sick. Suboxones are like opiate blockers. They're to help people get off heroin. So in return, because she didn't have an opiate addiction, it made her sick. So she was in the bathroom, like, you know, getting sick and sweating.
How do you know all of this?
Oh, I was there when she took the pill, and I was there at work when I seen her in the bathroom.
Good enough.
So I seen her in the bathroom, and, you know, I seen her in there with another coworker, and when I walked in, she just told me, don't tell anybody, and I just shook my head and told her to get herself together and walked out. Well, a lot of other employees of the facility went in the bathroom and seen her like that. Later on in the day, after she had went home and everything, I went up to my boss and asked him, because, you know, he let her go home early, and I asked him, why is it seem to me like preferential treatment is done, because she had went home early every day that week, and I also brought up another lady who comes in late every single day. Well, my whole beef was I had 103-degree temperature and nobody was trying to let me go home. And
obviously you all were no longer friends.
Right. Well, no, we were okay at the time. We had no problem. She was just dope sick in the bathroom.
You as a friend went to your mutual boss. Mm-hmm. Boss, why was my good friend allowed to go home sick?
It wasn't about that day specifically.
What provoked it that day?
Her going home early.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're right.
So that's who you were talking about, the most recent person.
Yeah, but I also brought up somebody else.
I know, but the boss is saying,
right.
Yeah, I did let her go home, and I perhaps as her good friend is pointing out, maybe I am being unfair. So therefore I will, what happened?
She got fired.
Oh, good friend.
Plaintiff Samantha Danley says after the defendant blamed her for being fired, she had Samantha arrested for harassing and threatening her.
Let me hear from you.
Before I begin my story, I'd just like to tell you, I've known her since I moved to Lockport. Lockport's a very small town. Everybody knows everyone. Everyone's in everyone's business. We went to school together, like she said. We hung out together. We didn't get into a fight or anything and not stop talking because of that. She actually had stole a patrol car in the city of Lockport and went to prison, and she had disappeared. So I hadn't seen her for that whole time. We didn't communicate at all. And I went to apply for a job in March of this year, where she was employed at the time. And I was hired the same day. Everything was cool. We were working together for about 2 months, went on lunch breaks together, like she had said. It was May 12th, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I had the flu. I had got sent home early from work each day by my boss. He told me to go home. I wasn't able to work. So Thursday, I come into work. Like she said, I did take a Suboxone from a coworker because she told me that it might help me feel better, and I was desperate at the time. I had been going home sick every single day that week, so I was losing money. I just moved into my brand new apartment, and I took the Suboxone. I got sick. Like she said, I was in the bathroom. I was puking. My boss told me to go home. She came outside. She was on her cell phone. I don't know who she was talking to, but she was yelling, screaming, saying that, it's ridiculous that this can go home because she gets to pop a pill.
Were you all still good friends?
Excuse me?
Were you all still good friends?
At that time, yes.
Go ahead.
So my mom comes and gets me, takes me to my apartment. I go directly to sleep. I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, jump in the shower, getting ready for work, felt better that day. And my roommate comes and knocks on my door at 6 o'clock. I'm sitting on my bed doing my makeup. And she goes, "Did you speak to your mother today?" And I said, "No." And I asked her why. And she goes, "Well, your mother called me at 10 o'clock at night last night and told me that you got fired." And I, was hysterical. I thought about it I called my mom. I spoke with her about it. She told me that my boss had told her that I was dope sick, that I was taking pills at work all week long, and that he couldn't have me employed with him anymore, or for his company, excuse me. I put 2 and 2 together and figured out she had spoken to my boss. So I texted her that morning. And I said, I'm your friend. Why would you do that to me? I would never do something like that to you. And she texted back, I didn't say anything, blah, blah, blah. You got yourself fired because you were dope sick.
Weren't you dope sick?
I wasn't dope sick. I had the flu.
You were using drugs illegally.
Correct.
And you got sick.
Right.
That's called
because
dope
I wasn't.
Sick. That's called dope sick. When you use an illegal drug, it's referred to as dope. So you were dope sick.
I don't understand.
What part don't you understand?
Because I think that dope sick is when you're dope sick and you can't get any drugs and you're sick from not taking drugs.
Okay. So what are you when you take illegal drugs and you get sick? What do you refer to that? Just sick off illegal drugs?
I don't take...
Well, I said, what do you call it when you take illegal drugs and you get sick off of it?
Get high.
I said you get sick, not high. I said sick. Are you high today?
No.
You don't seem to be able to comprehend what I'm asking you. I'll ask the same question for the third and last time. What do you call it when you use illegal drugs and you get sick?
Dope sick.
Okay. Just what you a minute ago said you don't call it. Good enough. So if she said it correctly. You were dope sick.
Plaintiff Samantha Danley says after the defendant blamed her for being fired, she had Samantha arrested for harassing and threatening her.
How are you suing her for malicious prosecution?
Sir, on 5/14, she put a Facebook post about me on the internet. And would you like me to read it?
Yeah.
I'm only going to read some. It says, it's in my name. It's Samantha Danley. That's the name of her note. Well, dang, looks like someone got bored yesterday. Sam Danley. You are a nobody. Who are you to talk about someone like you're any better? Get real and let's set the record straight. You got me fired because you're a hater. Mad because you can't get any paper. Remember, you don't know how to collect. That's why you make $8 an hour living on the burn, and that will never change. Play your position, hood rat. Catherine Figueroa was not dope sick. You look dope sick. Anyways, I'm off this Facebook stuff, too grown for it. Dan, if you got any problems, you know my number, or you can just keep being a dumb white hood rat and post it on here. At this point, I really don't care. Sure, I'll see you on the burn.
That was between the two of you?
This was on her page. It's a public note on her page.
Oh, okay. So everybody can see it?
Yeah.
Yes.
I have that right in front of me. She didn't read the whole
Did you do
thing.
it or not?
I read the
I did.
That? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, how does that have to do with your
Sir, this
case?
same exact day, she filed a police report on me.
Okay.
The same very
what?
day, saying that I harassed her to the point where she got fired. So she was saying I was harassing her prior to her even getting fired.
Ma'am, did you file a police report saying that?
No, not saying that.
Oh, okay, let's see
This
it.
apparently got so bad.
No, you read it where the police officer alleges she said that.
Patrol interviewed the victim who states she is reportedly being harassed by Danley. This apparently got so bad that it caused Figueroa to lose her job. On 5/13, Danley sent numerous text messages and Facebook messages to Figueroa that were threatening and offensive. Figueroa signed a harassment information and also asked for an order of protection. Patrol forwarded this message.
So you did file a harassment claim against her?
Yes, I did.
All right, what did you say she did?
I have phone calls. These are actually incoming calls, the calls that I picked up and hung
phone
up
calls for and doing what?
from her.
Doing what?
calling me and calling me and calling me.
Calling you doing what?
Calling me, screaming at me, saying that she wants to meet up and fight.
You told the police she was threatening you?
Yes.
You have the report there?
Yes, I do.
Read that part.
It's the same exact thing.
Maybe I missed it when she said it.
Okay. Patrol interviewed the victim, who states she is repeatedly being harassed by Danley. This apparently got so bad that it caused Figueroa to lose her job on 5/13/11. Danley sent numerous text messages and Facebook messages to Figueroa that were threatening and offensive. Figueroa signed harassment information and also asked for an order of protection. Patrol will forward this information.
Okay. Now, a moment ago, you said she called and threatened to assault you, right?
Right.
Why didn't you tell the police that?
I did. She was calling my phone.
Read that part again, because you didn't say that. Once again, read the part where you told the police she was calling you on the phone, threatening you.
It does not say that she was
Okay,
calling
you told me it did,
text
and that's
messages.
what I asked you. What happened with the case?
Sir, I took it to trial, and she eventually didn't show up for trial, so it was dismissed.
Why didn't you show up?
Because she has a beautiful daughter, and she had just lost her job. And
Why did you think about that before you called the police and prosecuted her?
Because I was angry at the time. I was annoyed by the phone calls and the text messages and the Facebook. I was embarrassed. And I mean,
Your counterclaim for $1,000 for defamation is for what?
for the Facebook post that she had written about me. She didn't read the
I
whole
don't need
thing.
to hear any more about you all's little kitty Facebook arguments. Now, let's get to the malicious prosecution. You want how much for that?
Sir, $1,000.
All right. And I believe that she did call and have you prosecuted maliciously because she believed you caused her to be fired. So your counterclaim is dismissed. I do not believe she defamed you in any way, and I will grant you the $1,000 for malicious prosecution. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff.
Thanks for bringing me to Chicago. Oh my gosh, I had so much fun.
Get off drugs, sweetie.